You've just started reading Tools of Titans, and you're excited to learn from the world's top performers. As you dive into this incredible book, you might be wondering what exactly you'll learn and how you can apply these tools to your own life. In this section, we are going to break down the key takeaways from the book and show you exactly how to incorporate them into your daily routine. For example, Arnold Schwarzenegger credits his success to his ability to focus on his strengths and outsource his weaknesses. He knew that he had a natural talent for bodybuilding, but he also recognized that he needed help with his public speaking skills. By outsourcing his public speaking to a coach, he was able to free up time to focus on what he did best, building his body and his brand. Now, let's talk about physical performance. In the book's second section, Tim Ferriss shares key takeaways from his interviews with top athletes like LeBron James and Drew Manning. One of the most interesting takeaways is the importance of recovery. These titans don't just focus on intense training sessions, they also prioritize rest and recovery to avoid burnout. For example, LeBron James credits his success to his ability to recover from games and workouts. He knows that his body needs time to repair and rebuild, and he makes sure to prioritize sleep, nutrition, and self-care to ensure he's performing at his best. Now, let's talk about common pitfalls and how to avoid them. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to master the tools of the titans is trying to tackle too much too soon. They want to change every aspect of their lives at once, but this approach is unsustainable and often leads to burnout. The key is to focus on one area at a time, and to be patient with the process. Remember, the titans didn't become successful overnight. They worked tirelessly for years to develop their skills and habits. By focusing on one area at a time, you'll be able to make sustainable progress and achieve your goals. Now that you've learned the tools of the titans, it's time to put them into action. But how? As you dive deeper into the world of high achievers, you'll notice that the key to success lies not just in mastering the tools, but in applying them effectively. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about putting the takeaways into practice. This is where most people go wrong. They learn the tools, but they don't actually use them. They get stuck in analysis paralysis, overthinking every decision, every action. Don't be that person. Instead, focus on taking small, consistent action towards your goals. Break down your objective into smaller, manageable tasks, and then take one step at a time. For example, let's say you want to start a new business. You've learned the tools of the titans, but you're not sure where to start. Instead of getting overwhelmed by the sheer scope of the project, break it down into smaller tasks. Start by researching your target market, then create a business plan, and finally, launch a minimum viable product. By taking small, consistent action, you'll be well on your way to achieving your goal. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what about when things go wrong? That's where advanced techniques come in. As you apply the tools of the titans, you'll inevitably encounter obstacles. But don't worry, that's where the real learning happens. When you encounter a setback, don't get discouraged. Instead, use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Take a step back, assess the situation, and then come up with a new plan. For instance, let's say you launch a new product, but it doesn't perform as well as you expected. Instead of getting discouraged, use it as an opportunity to learn. Analyze what went wrong, and then come up with a new plan to improve the product. By learning from your mistakes, you'll be able to adapt and overcome any obstacle that comes your way. So, what's next? As you continue on your journey to mastery, remember that the tools of the titans are not a one-time solution, but a continuous process. There's always more to learn, more to grow. So, keep pushing yourself, keep pushing the limits of what's possible. And always remember, the greatest rewards lie just beyond the comfort zone.